Hello everyone, it is your favorite butch lesbian YouTuber, and I wanted to come on to address a little more of a pressing topic than my last video. I wanted to talk about how I've noticed that relationships for gay males in media, currently it's up here in the amount of attention it's getting, but right now, lesbian relationships are down here, and that's just very odd to me, and I want to address the points that make that problematic instead of just maybe a coincidence in viewpoints. The first reason why this is considerably problematic is because of the hypersexuality behind both parties. I'm going to address the women's side first because that's just the order I have it written. So in a lot of media that I've personally not dwindled in, that's the wrong word, I'm so sorry, I was thinking of a word, I couldn't find it. Anyway, a lot of lesbian media that I've, tinkered in, looked in, the relationships made are surface level fine, but if it's a show about lesbians, or a show trying to center around lesbians, it's never very realistic. You can always tell that it's kind of a shiny plastic cover of what the directors think a lesbian is and how they think a lesbian relationship acts and behaves. Whereas there's no real box where you can put a lesbian, so that may not particularly be their fault, but you can tell that they didn't research how lesbians behave and how a relationship may go for a lesbian and what they do in a lesbian relationship. They just kind of put two girls together, said, hey, go kiss and maybe have some issues like every other relationship, and they just thought it would work out, but they don't bother to actually put in the work to make a lesbian relationship. And you can tell because, obviously, you watch a show, there's there's maybe a lesbian side character. It's never gonna be an in-depth butch or a historically accurate femme. It's just never gonna be that, unfortunately, unless the show actually puts in the work to make sure it's accurate and has research done interviewing real lesbians. Next, I'm gonna touch up on the hypersexuality on the men's side, because I think it's also a very, very important part, and I also feel horrible for the gay men who experience this in the community. So what I've noticed is, obviously, I'm nothing close to a gay man. I don't really have a lot of friends that are gay men, so I've just done research based off of, people I see online, researching how gay men are in relationships. Also, I do know, history and stuff like that, so I'm just going off what I know. So I'm not trying to make any assumptions about gay relationships. Correct me if I say something that is wrong. I don't know. I'm sorry. But like I said earlier, the crowds that are currently focusing around gay male relationships are mainly women, which is very weird. Forefront, anyone can see that and be like, that's weird, especially since, like I said in my last video, they're like, real life yaoi, but you're not a man, and those men you're sexualizing will never be with you, so what's the point in sexualizing them so much and be so openly sexualizing them if you know those men will not like you? This may be different if they just like the characters, but over-sexualizing a gay relationship as someone not in that category at all just seems a bit weird to me. It's okay, hey, it's okay to like a gay relationship if you're not what that is. Hey, I like Matt Dex from Marvel a lot. They're so tough, but I'm a lesbian, I don't dabble in that, and that's perfectly fine. But apparently these women do, and it all boils down to the hypersexualization. I don't think these women, I'm saying women because it's mainly them who are making it an issue. I don't think these women realize the harm that they do to these gay men making these stereotypes for them. Because making these stereotypes, it's very harmful specifically for men, because gay men have suffered extremely trying to get where they are today, in the sense that, like, more flamboyant gay men, it's so hard for them to express themselves without getting hated, because obviously in history, like, men have been the, like, supporting factor, so they've been more crucially hated. So obviously, I don't know where I was going at this point. I kind of just, like, lost my train of thought. But yeah, making these stereotypes and reintroducing them in your little fetish land of whatever you're into, as someone who is not a gay man, that's not your field. That's what gets me every time. You are not a gay man. This is not your field. I don't know why these women are obsessing over this. Like, you're not a gay man. Jesus. Oh yeah, sorry. I remember my train of thought. So these women sexualizing these gay male relationships dwindles it down to it just being physical desire. And that messes it up, because there's already a lot of stereotypes of gay men only being about, like, their relationships only being about lust. So that brings back that stereotype, which has been there for a long time. And I don't think women do the research to realize that that is a stereotype, which it is, and it's very harmful. And in the end, it just makes, like, the communities surrounding these pieces of media that are so now sexualized with these men, to not take real gay couples with men seriously, because they didn't bother to see the emotional context behind it. And that brings me to my final point. Both of these hypersexualized groups, the lesbian side with the cis men and the gay men with the cis women, usually, it just kind of ruins real world views, because the LGBTQ community for hundreds of years have faced very harmful stereotypes. We fought so hard to get to the place we are today, and I will say this like a broken record. These stereotypes that people create, like, have always created, even if they mean to do it harmfully or not, are just as harmful as the things that people said and did in the early days of the community actually coming out, because you're downgrading a community to just sexual desire, and that's not what we worked here to get. We're just basically, like, pedaling back in time to something we already covered. And it's like, it's baffling to me that no one else sees, like, this is a big deal. Like, these stereotypes that the media is creating and people are supporting and backing, it's a big deal. Like, it's affecting the LGBTQ community so much, because we're not taking it seriously anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm woke. Maybe I'm too woke. Maybe I'm too woke. Maybe I'm too woke. But yeah, if you enjoy this video, I'm sorry I ramble. I need to start making scripts. I say all this stuff from the top of my head. So yeah, I need to start making scripts. I need to do something. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Please consider liking my videos. Please consider following me on Instagram. What am I doing? Why am I posing? Yeah, I will be at my dad's as of Sunday, so I will not be posting, probably, because he'll probably clown me. But yeah, like I said, if you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing. I would really love some support, and yeah, I love you all so much!